Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing all? I hope you're doing well, staying healthy, enjoying life and must be planning to improve your life. Here we are to do so. Here daily we read a chapter of a novel to develop reading habit to improve our English, including reading, writing, listening, speaking, vocabulary at the same time, enhancing our knowledge. As we know, reading is the best practice to develop all these things which help us in many ways. And reading could be one of the good hobby to make a change in our life, as we have heard from many prominent personalities that books change their life, add values, widen their knowledge. We can live other life by reading a book and get all those experience and learn from them. So why to commit same mistake if we can learn from them and improve our life? So join me in this journey to become best version of ourselves. Before starting, I would love to hear your thought in comment section. Remember to like, share with your loved ones to change their life as well, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Press the bell icon for daily updates. Today we are going to read part 12 of this book that is Your Dreams Are Mine Now, that is written by Ravinder Singh. In the previous video we had read that Rupali decided to meet Arjun at the same place where she was planted a sapling of a tulsi. So after meeting they discussed. In the static it was hard, but with the time it became normal and both discussed that what to do next, and she revealed all the things which she knew about the mad peon. And at the end they come to know that for taking an action, for making that culprit into everyone eyes, they need a strong evidence because he was a powerful man, and so no one can do anything against him. But if they had a evidence, to surely they can do, and they can make that bastard accountable and stop. So Rupari recalled that she had a video clip that she showed when it that the incident took place. So today we are going to read this chapter and see that what happened next, that the evidence take place or not, and how they took first step for uh, against him. So let's read and see that what is there for us.
12. Shall I? There was a disturbing silence inside the tiny cubicle of the internet cafe. In the rest of the rows of that overcrowded, noisy, and extremely busy internet cafe, business continued like every day. Movies and video games were being played in the private cubicles. The intermittent noises were mostly complaints about the crawling speed of the internet and dysfunctional keyboards. Amidst this, there was an odd silence in one of the cubicles. Go for it. Arjun finally spoke. There was no looking back for Mahab. No second thought in his calm and composed mind. He knew what he was doing. They all knew what he was doing. He clicked the upload button. The Explorer showed a processing sign. They knew it was going to take a lot of time. Mahab had made them aware of the pathetic internet speed in that cafe. He was well acquainted with this cafe. In fact, he was the one who chose it. As the Explorer continued to process Mahab's upload, everyone held their breath in anticipation. It had been more than a week since Rupali had told Arjun about Mahajan's video that she had shot on her cell phone. After he had seen it, Arjun had used his time to brainstorm on how well he could use the video. It was indeed an extremely strong piece of evidence, one that had the capacity to take down Mahajan if used wisely. He was delighted that Rupali had such a strong proof. Time and again he had complimented her for using her mind and being brave enough to capture Mahajan's act on camera. However, despite such powerful evidence, there were two challenges Arjun could foresee. First, he didn't want to associate Rupali's name with the video. It would be extremely dangerous for her. The video was bound to invite trouble and it wouldn't be wise to reveal any names, not even a proxy. But then someone would have to bell the cat. Someone would have to own it and claim to have caught Mahajan red-handed. Who should this person be? Arjun wondered. The second challenge he was worried about was how he could use this clipping to cause maximum damage to Mahajan. Was submitting this video in an official manner to the Vice Chancellor the right step? Or was it better not to trust any university authority and straightaway lodge an fear and then give this proof when needed? But, in both cases, there were high chances that someone in Mahajan's network would alert him much before the truth appeared. Arjun didn't want to give Mahajan time to react. All his questions found an answer when Arjun got Rupali's consent to involve his close party workers in this matter, the ones he could trust. Matab, a diligent volunteer from Arjun's party, had an interest in ethical hacking. Had he not been an arts student in due, he would have been a network engineer. Prosenjit, who too was an ardent party member, had been to jail a couple of times during the past election seasons. His experience had got him quite a few connections in the police. Rupali was scared when Arjun first introduced Prosenjit to her, but had become okay when Arjun had pointed out the reasons for which Prosenjit had been booked in the past, holding college strikes, organizing mass protests as peaceful as a candlelight march and as loud and vociferous as to disrupt a few political events on campus. I have been a political prisoner, you see. No extortion or murder so far, he had said, and everyone had laughed. Look at his tummy. Can you believe this fat ass, a year back, had sat on a hunger strike? Arjun asked. Matab had added, and in the evenings he would crave for prawn curry, but settle for cheap fish fry. Drama king. Rupali had laughed like crazy while Prosenjit had made a face. He didn't like it that his good friends were revealing his secrets. Rupali had asked Saloni to join in. She knew that she would feel more comfortable with her roomie around in the company of the new guys. Saloni too was eager to join them. She wanted to make sure that Arjun did not use her innocent roomie to take revenge on Mahajan. And that evening, when the five of them had first met each other on the college rooftop, Arjun attempted to establish trust among all of them. He knew how important it was that none of them leaked out any information and each one maintained secrecy. So while explaining the matter to his party workers, who were also his close associates, he hadn't forgotten to include Saloni, giving her the feeling that she too was an important part of the mission. After he had explained the gravity of the situation in great detail and the risks associated with it, he had let the team, including Matab and Prosenjit, watch the video. Unlike Prosenjit, who had mischievously enjoyed watching Mahajan's aroused expressions, Matab was disturbed when he saw his cheap animal instincts. Disgusting bastard. His wife should see this, he had said in anguish. She will anyhow get to know if we play our cards right, Arjun had said, after which he talked about the possible challenges. Listening to his concerns, everyone had agreed with him that it would be best not to name anyone as the owner of the video. In order to find a solution, they had first come up with the idea of making a CD and sending it by post to the Vice Chancellor's office with a note attached. But there were a few apprehensions. The biggest being, would the VC even act on it? That's when Prosenjit had played Sherlock Holmes and suggested what he believed was a brilliant idea. Create an anonymous account and post this on the internet. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Everywhere. It's that simple. Then we need to make sure a few people from the college watch it. Bus. I can bet it will go viral in no time. Everyone was quiet for a while, mulling over the idea. Then Arjun spoke. That sounds good. Really good. I think it addresses both the challenges. It promises to keep us anonymous, and if we, through an anonymous ID, post this on our college's Facebook group, it will definitely go viral. And something like this going viral on a public domain is bound to create maximum damage. Very clever, Prosenjit. Prosenjit smiled like he had won a competition. He looked around gloatingly at his friends. Saloni and Rupali too had congratulated Prosenjit on this master stroke of an idea. But Matab was still quiet. He had something else on his mind. When Arjun noticed his thoughtfulness, he asked him his concerns. Matab pointed out an important issue in the video. To show them what he was talking about, he asked Arjun to replay the video. Everyone had surrounded the mobile phone to see what Matab was going to talk about. Just before the clip was to end, Matab asked Arjun to pause it. He said, "See, this is almost a 2-minute long video. Rahima's face isn't visible till this point. But her face is prominent in the last few seconds. If we post this video online, she too will get exposed. We can't reveal her identity. This portion will have to be deleted. Rupali immediately agreed. We can't put Rahima's identity at stake. Don't worry, I will cut it down, Mahtab said. He also explained the precaution that they would need to take before they posted it. In case we want to remain anonymous, we would have to make sure that we do not post this from a private device, nor do we use a network that can be tracked. But before that, I will ensure that a DVD of this video goes to a local TV channel. We need the publicity, but we also need to confuse people about the source of this video as far as possible. That was an ethical hacker talking. He was well aware of how to play safe with IT networks. He knew how to be cautious and give confusing leads. By the time they were ready to leave the rooftop, Mahtab had planned everything. It was his idea that they would upload the video from an internet cafe in a remote location in outer Delhi. He had informed the others that it was a busy cafe, and in spite of the regulations, no one asked for any ID proof and there were no CCTV cameras to track anyone. Everyone was amazed at how wonderfully Mahtab had put it together with such attention to detail. And here they were, finally looking at the video getting uploaded in this overcrowded dirty cafe where no records of any sort were maintained and they could not be tracked. The processing bar finally reached the end. Just below it, the message flashed, 100% complete. It's done, guys, Mahtab said. His eyes were still focused on the screen as he refreshed the page to double-check that the video was up for views. It indeed was. A chill ran down everyone's spines. With the upload completed, their anxiety had multiplied manifold. They understood the enormity of what they had just done and also of their expectations. They knew the risks associated with it. At best, they had calculated them and reduced them to a large extent. Yet no one could deny that there were always undetected loopholes and unintentional evidence that, if connected, could reveal the truth. There was silence as they let the moment sink in, followed by a collective sigh. Sensing everyone's anxious mood, Arjun playfully held Mahtab by the shoulders and patted him on his back. Well done, guys. We have done it. Mahtab turned to look at Arjun. He didn't say anything in response for a moment. Then he grinned naughtily and everyone cheered. They congratulated each other. Gradually, their fears were replaced by a sense of achievement. Their anxiety gave way to euphoria. All of them felt a sense of companionship. Bastard Mahajan will now get it, Prosenjit said in excitement. He high-fived with Arjun and then with every one of them in the cubicle. True. Now it is only a matter of time, Saloni said with joy. Everyone agreed. When the gang arrived back on campus, they hung out for a while before they dispersed. Given the enormity of the moment, Arjun spoke a few words. Guys, we have done something great today. This was necessary. It is natural to feel a sense of fear, because we have done something secretly and also because we have stood against the powerful devil. But also understand, guys, that we have taken the best approach. We have done enough to mitigate our risks. The best way to put our fears to rest is by thinking that Mahajan wasn't afraid of anyone before doing all the wrongs that he did. So why should we be afraid of doing the right thing? Arjun's words not only comforted everyone but also rekindled their determination to fight against Mahajan. Their apprehensions had been taken care of and they were optimistic about the outcome. Rupali was happy. Even though she hadn't spoken, she appreciated Arjun's leadership skills. She knew that it wasn't the end of her fight for Rahima, but she reckoned that with Arjun's help she had come a long way. Besides, it wasn't only her fight now, she had friends on her side as well. Soon, the five of them dispersed. Back in their individual spaces, they waited to see the fruits of the seeds they had sown. The IT geek Mahtab was the first to check the progress. As soon as he went online, he realized that Saloni was wrong when she had said that it was only a matter of time before the video would go viral. It had taken no time at all.